Hi, I have some books, so let's do a book haul. This is in no particular order. I just received some books lately from publishers. I've bought some, so I thought that this would be the perfect time to do a book haul. So I'm just gonna start with the top and get into it. If you're new here, hi, I'm Alex. I am a trans man, and I love to shout about queer and trans books, so if you're interested in that, stick around and feel free to hit subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, giving it a like really helps boost my channel to the algorithm, so thanks if you do. Now, to the books. The first book you may have seen if you follow me on Instagram. I post some early content there, so there's already a book haul there. But this is my favorite book. It is To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han. If you're new here, you might not know that. This year marks the 10-year anniversary of this book, so they made a 10-year anniversary copy and I immediately bought it. Jenny Han is one of my favorite authors, and I believe I did read this in 2014 when it came out, and that is when I started here on BookTube. So it is very surreal and I just love this book. This will be the third time I own it. And this is just gorgeous. It looks like a journal and I just love it so much. So I will have a link down below if you also want to buy it or buy any of the books in this video. I bought that on Bookshop because I love Bookshop, but I added another book to my order because I was like, I can't just buy one, and that was Hijab, Butch Blues by Lamia H, and I've heard nothing but great things about this, so I immediately added it to my cart. It says, a daring, provocative, and radically hopeful coming-of-age memoir by a queer hijabi Muslim American who, by interpreting stories from the Quran, finds the strength, purpose, and self-acceptance to finally build the life she wants. I have just heard nothing but great things from my friends talking about this, so immediately picked it up. If you don't know this, I thrift Beverly Cleary books. She was the first author I ever read and fell in love with reading as a kid. I have fond memories of going into my school's library and picking out her books. Like, I would just pick out one book. I wish I could remember what it was. I can't, but I just remember picking out one of her books and I just would pick it out all the time and I would never read anything else, which was so funny because that is a pattern of my behaviors as a kid who didn't know much about reading and wasn't taught about reading because I had reading challenges, so I was never set up as a kid to love reading. I just remember being in my remedial reading classes and I would just pick out the same book and read it. So a couple of years ago I decided that I would start collecting her books. So I do have a couple others and I added these two to my collection. Ramona and Her Father. I got this at a local toy shop. And this is a special edition. It is Ramona the Brave. I desperately wish I could remember what the first book I read by her was and I kept checking out. I have so many memories of doing that with books, and when I thought that I wanted to be a teacher in high school, I interned in a classroom and I got to read The Mouse and the Motorcycle, which I also own. I love Beverly Cleary and I think it's going to be really fun to own all of her books because she's the reason I got into reading in the first place. Next is another author that we all probably read as kids, and this is Judy Blume, but this is In the Unlikely Event. I don't know if this is young adult or adult, but my mom went to Key West last year and she went to the bookstore and she got me a signed copy. I've actually always wanted to read this. I have only read a couple of Judy's books, but they were all the kids' books. But she ended up going to her bookstore and got this signed. Well, she wasn't there, but I guess there was like signed copies or something, and this was a gift from Christmas, and I don't think it ended up coming till like January or February, but it was worth the wait. And she also is an advocate for fighting against book banning, because a few of her books are banned. Next, Soft Skull Press sent me this memoir, Chipped Writing from a Skateboarder's Lens by Jose Vadi, a luminous reflection on the many ways that skateboarding changes the way we see the world from one of our most inattentive pairs of eyes and ears. As a kid, I always hung around the skaters. I loved skate culture. I never learned how to skateboard. Probably should have. But I love skate culture, and one of my favorite books is Skate for Your Life by Leo Baker. They are a non-binary pro skater. This is short, but it talks all about Leo being in pro skating as a non-binary person, and also talks about women in pro skating and the mistreatment that they receive. It is awesome. I highly recommend this. When this showed up on my doorstep, I was so excited because I just love reading more about skating. A memoir and essays about how skateboarding redefines space, curates culture, confronts mortality, and affords new perspectives on and off the board. Chipped is an intimate, genre-pushing meditation on skateboarding and expands our understanding of the way a board can alter a life. Oh, I feel like I'm really gonna like this. So thank you to Soft School Press for sending me that, and Scholastic sent me OK Cupid. I was so shocked when I got this. I did not know that this was coming. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I do have the ebook, but this is the finished copy, and I really appreciate everybody over at Scholastic for sending me this. I was so excited. If you don't know, Mason Deaver has a new book out, and this is about a trans Cupid. I did mention this in my most anticipated releases video. The rest of this video are my most anticipated releases of the year, so this is in that video. This is a YA following a trans Cupid, and they get assigned a couple, and it's all about them learning about love. I have never read a Mason Deaver that I haven't liked, so I'm excited about this one. And the last two books actually just showed up today. I ordered them last week or something because I had to order this one book for something that's happening, so let me talk about this really quick. I can't tell you what that is, but just check out my social media next month. I'll also probably share it here, but follow me on Instagram at Pucks and Paperbacks for more bookish content and to know why I am holding this book. One, because I'm excited to read it and it's one of my most anticipated releases, but I'm gonna be doing something with it. And if you don't know what it is, this is Out of Our League, 16 Stories of Girls in Sports, edited by Dahlia Adler and Jennifer Capelli, and this is an anthology featuring 16 stories of girls in sports, and I'm so excited. I'm the sports guy. Hockey just ended the regular season, and so I'm gonna have some time on my hands and probably some late nights watching playoff hockey. But speaking of sports, the last book is a very anticipated release. This is The Prospects by K.T. Hoffman, and I believe that this might be a T for T romance, I can't remember. This is following Jean, who is the first openly trans player in the MLB, and oh my god, I love that. My friend Audrey at Perpetual Pages has raved about this book, and I knew it was going to be good as soon as I heard about it and talked about it in my most anticipated releases video, but I was like, you know what? I was doing another pre-order and I had to buy this. There's another baseball book on my radar by Kat Sebastian. I can't remember what the title is, but I'll put it here. So we're getting a lot of great queer sports books lately, so maybe I'll have to do a vlog. Maybe I'll do that next month. So stick around for that. That's it. Those are all the books I got. I told you it was going to be a short one, but that's it. Let me know if you've read any of these, if you're excited for them. Let's chat in the comments. And do you know about Beverly Cleary? Have you read any of her books? I would love to know. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Alex. I'm a trans man, and I love to shout about queer and trans books here on this channel. So if you're interested in that and you want to hear any of my thoughts on all the books I mentioned in this video, feel free to hit subscribe. It's free. Leave a like and comment something for the algorithm. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.